Okay, today we're going to start talking about how to create a PowerPoint presentation, as our title indicates. Before we open Microsoft PowerPoint or any presentation software you're going to use, you can use the Prezi presentation material online. If you have a Macintosh computer, you can use PowerPoint or Keynote. And of course, we have PC, we have PowerPoint. Before we even do that, we need to talk about how to organize, how to design your presentation. Once it's designed, we can talk about how to create your slides and what best practices there are for that. After you've researched and read and searched for the information for your topic, you organize your notes. You have to make a decision on how you want to organize them for your presentation. Do you want to go in chronological order, follow a time sequence, or go by topics? You're telling your story. This is decided after you've read through information. And what you're deciding is how you're going to move from point to point. Sometimes we do chronological, like we follow time. As we see here, in this red outlined box here, we're organizing our information by time. The topic is automobiles, meaning cars. So I'm following the time sequence. The first modern automobile is credited to be invented in 1886. They became widely used in the 1920s. The Model T was made by the Ford Motor Company. And then today, an average family has 2 or 3 cars. That's a time sequence. Or, for the same topic, automobiles, we can talk about topics. Who invented the modern automobile? Carl Benz. You may recognize the name Benz from Mercedes-Benz, the automobiles today. That's him. What type of fuel do they use for cars or run automobiles? They used at one time the steam engines like trains, and then they used oil mixed with coal dust, and currently we use gasoline. Now, what types of automobiles do we have today? We have many different kinds of automobiles. We have trucks, we have cars, we have minivans, there are 18-wheeler semis, different categories. Now, these are different organization techniques for your research, for your topic. It's important as you choose, either by topic or by time. This will help you organize your outline for your presentation. Now, you've already decided how to organize your information. Now you're going to create your outline on paper or on the computer. It's up to you. Now we're working on the outline. We still have not started creating slides yet. Once you've organized your outline, topic 1, topic 2, under your main heading, they may correspond to slide 1, slide 2, or not. It's up to you. Once that's completed, your outline that is, you're ready to start creating your actual presentation. Now, before I talk about software, one example of software, I'm going to talk about some best practices and how you should be creating your slides. Now, as you're creating your PowerPoint, you can pick whatever program you want to use, software that is, Keynote, Microsoft PowerPoint, Prezi. In the NLC, we have Mac computers as well as the personal computers. And you may have a laptop, Mac or PC. Right now, I'm going to talk about just best practices and how to create these slides. As you make your slides, Don't overcrowd them with words. People will try to read everything on the slide and will have a hard time following your presentation. Create a bulleted list. Your list guides you and guides your audience on the topics you're covering. It gives them an organizing feature. Like here, I would say my first bullet is the Model T. Now, the Model T was built by the Ford Motor Company in this year. These many people own this vehicle. And then I may have a next bullet point and the next bullet point on different subtopics. You can use bullets or numbers 1, 2, and 3. It's up to you. Now, your slides aren't to be your script. You are not to just read your slides as your presentation. People get bored with that. I mean, it's hard to stay awake during that kind of presentation, and they can read themselves. I suggest you have note cards, which each note card corresponds to a slide and tells you what you want to say related to that slide. Now, your note cards shouldn't have the same text as your slides do, of course. They're meant to guide you what you're going to say. That's the point I just made. And here, don't just read your slides like I just said. And don't look at your PowerPoint on the screen and just read from the screen. People don't want to listen to that or watch that presentation. Now, follow your outline that you've already created. You can make your slides in the same order as your outline, which will help organize your thoughts. And when you're finished, your presentation that is, have an ending slide like here. That's all, folks. Or the end, or thank you, or whatever, because it gives your audience a clue that the presentation is finished. Don't just end on your last information slide. That's confusing for the audience. It feels undone. And now we're going to start discussing how to create your PowerPoint slide presentation. Now, what I use is the Microsoft PowerPoint program for the Mac. Most people use or understand have used Microsoft PowerPoint. This is for the Mac, but the PC, the personal computer copy, is similar in concept. Okay, as you can see, the first thing when you open PowerPoint on the Mac is it asks you for a theme. Pick your theme. You can see the slides here on the side here. Different colors, different organization, different feel of them. It depends what you want and how you want your presentation to look. Whatever you're comfortable with. After I've picked my theme, the first slide that's going to come up will be your title slide. Now this slide is the title of your presentation, and maybe you put the names of people in your group, or your name as the presenter on there. Names of presenters or whatever you'd like, you can put in that bottom box. Once that slide is done, you're going to click New Slide, and we'll see where that is in a minute. Now, you'll see that up in the upper corner, left-hand corner, is New Slide. You click New Slide, and a new slide appears. It's going to be blank. Now, as you add slides, there's going to be two sections to each slide. One's going to be a title for that one slide. It's not the title for your presentation, but it's a subtitle that fits within your presentation. And below that is a block for text. Now, understand that if you've used Microsoft Word program, you can change the font, you can change the size, the color, how the words look. You can do the same thing in Microsoft PowerPoint. And the important thing is to make it interesting and keep it readable for people. You don't want words too small. Okay, so change the color, the size, the kind of font. Yeah, you don't want small text, and then people won't be able to read, and they won't be able to follow your presentation. Now, adding pictures. I believe pictures are important in a presentation. Now, these pictures are related to your topic, not your family, not your children, unless it's part of your presentation. But pick pictures that relate to your presentation, to your topic. You can use a Google search or any other search engine on the internet and do a search for images of that thing. When you do that search, you will see a bunch of pictures, or you can right click on the exact picture you want, or if you're using a Mac, you don't have a two button mouse, you can hit control click and that will work. You'll see this menu pop up. This menu will pull down here and you can see I've highlighted in blue copy image. You click that and that image will be copied and it's waiting to when you go back to your PowerPoint or wherever you're going to go for your slide. And now you right click once again and there's this other menu where you have paste as an option. If you don't have a two button mouse, you may use control click on the Mac, that is. This menu will appear, choose the option for paste, and the picture will appear on the slide where you want it. Sometimes the picture is too large or too small, and you can control that by changing the size, by dragging the corners, and you can also move the picture to where you want it to be, as you can see here. My presentation is about automobiles. You can find the picture and then insert it into the slide, and I'm able to move it wherever I want it to be. Now, adding animation to your slides. You've seen before people do presentations where the words will slide in from the left or the right, they'll spin and appear or whatever. You can use that, and I think that is valuable. Sometimes you want all the text to appear at once. Sometimes you want the text to appear bullet by bullet so people know what you're talking about and they aren't looking ahead or confused. It's really up to you what you're comfortable with. Within Microsoft PowerPoint on the Mac, this is how it looks. Oh, excuse me one second, let me back up. First, you select or the text or the picture, and as you can see here, I've selected Benz, Germany. And then you can go to Format Picture and now you have different animation effects. And what these mean, there are different things you can make your words do. Either they'll appear out of nowhere, or they'll show up in a blind fashion, like window blinds, or the text can circle around and come up to where you want it to be. There are many different things you can do, so just play with it and see what you like. And when you're finished, you're going to test every single slide animation, and it's very important before you give your presentation. Now, most important, as you're making this presentation, have fun, give yourself time. Don't do it the night before. It's incredibly stressful, and you'll have mistakes that you'll overlook, and they'll come up during your presentation. I recently had a presentation where I didn't save often enough, and the program froze. I had to restart my program. I lost half my presentation. I had to go all the way back and start recreating my slides. It was quite frustrating. And if you're there and you want to do something on your PowerPoint or any kind of presentation for Keynote or Prezi, if you don't know how to do it, you can do a Google search or any internet engine search. How do I dot dot dot? How do I insert whatever? How do I insert a movie? How do I insert whatever you want? You'll be shocked at how many things are on the internet. There are YouTube examples, there are website examples. It's amazing how many times I've had to look on on Google to find out how to do things. It's been a great resource for me. Give yourself time, play around, have fun, enjoy it, work as a team if you're using a team. And as you see below, there isn't a link here within your document that you can click and you can see an example PowerPoint. Now, it's not on automobiles, it's on ancient number systems related to this topic. It's a tally system. I suggest that you click this link and watch it.